Don't wait to give long speeches and a lot of money in condolences when our loved ones have passed on, yet we have abandoned them when they are languishing in hospital.
In the heart of Uganda's capital, there lies a hospital renowned for its dedication, yet hidden within its halls are stories rarely told. These are the stories of the unknowns. Patients whose identities have been lost to circumstance, fate, and the relentless march of emergency. Every day, Mulago Hospital becomes the final stop for countless souls in crisis. When ambulances arrive, behind every door lies a desperate plea for help. Among these lives are patients who arrive with no name, no history, just a body in need. In moments of crisis, every second counts. The unknowns challenge our clinical expertise and compassion, demanding that we see beyond a missing identity.
By the time they are brought by police, most of the time by police, they are unconscious. So they come as unknown. They are not known by anybody. And a number of times they don't even have proper documentation. So that gives us a big challenge in tracing where they come from and who are their relatives. Yet we have a situation whereby you need the attendant to come in to support where necessary.
About me guys who are not produce my dad. I know now there you are like my auntie. I check his heart open, please help me, no one can help me. I'm in Mulago, I got accident, I cannot walk.
There are patients who come in and they don't have attendants, and others come in and they have families, but families have fallen apart and nobody is willing to come in and support in the hospital. So such patients are on their own entirely.
A good number of these patients, they get stable, and we are able to trace where they come from and their relatives. But still, we have a certain percentage that may take a day or two to trace where they come from when they recover. And worse still, we have now the categories that they remain unconscious, or they remain confused, or some of them, they have some other underlying mental illnesses, those ones who are picked on the road. So those ones cannot trace where they come from, and they pose a big, big challenge on how we can trace them.
We identify her as a unknown hotel, as there is a way we label our clients. She came in around early October. She was brought in by police. She was found alongside the road, but they didn't specify where exactly she was found. So she has been with us for around, this is the 4th month, we are coming to the 4th month. We try to do several investigations, the brain CT scans and other x-rays. He has got all his heart treatment and she's unable to talk. We want to allocate her to the community, back to the community, to her people. If kindly we can get her people and she's relocated, that will be good for us. Thank you.
Here in these sterile corridors, the unknowns reveal themselves in myriad forms. A mentally unstable soul seeking clarity, a mute patient whose silence speaks volumes, an unconscious body whose story is yet unwritten, and an autistic individual navigating a world of overwhelming stimuli.
But since we cannot trace where they have come from, where their relatives are, they are stuck with us. Like we have one of them, this is now the 4th month. She is disabled in the first place, mentally and physically, and then she's not able even to trace where the relatives are or where she comes from. She was brought by police. So she has been stuck with us. This is the 4th month, and we are trying to see how we can trace where she comes from.
We have some organization called CAM that partners with Mulago Hospital. Mulago takes care of the investigations and medications. Then they also take care of the bathing and feeding of the patient. The clothes are got from the community, from people who donate. Some who come and they are dirty, they take them, wash them, and that's how they get them.
And here, it's constant labor, finding ways to soothe his agitation, to offer moments of stability in his turbulent world.
Because when you keep a patient on the ward for so long, there's a risk of hospital-acquired infection. And those hospital-acquired infections are more difficult to treat than most of the infection you get from the community. That is a big problem. But we are lucky we have not had a lot of that problem for now. Maybe because we have a higher turnover, most of our patients don't stay for long. So maybe that is what is helping us, but the risk is there, keeping them for long.
For those who slip into unconsciousness, every diagnostic tool becomes a voice that tells us there is still hope.
I'm called Dr. Wamala David. I'm the head of the medical emergency unit. And on our unit, we have a patient by the names of Boyondo Wile. He's a very needy patient. He has no caretakers. And he was brought in unconscious, meaning that he wasn't aware of what was happening around him. He had difficulty in breathing and he had a high temperature. So the investigation so far, we believe that he has an infection in the brain and as well as an infection in the lungs. That's what we are treating him for here. All those who are not known, we work hand in hand with the social workers of the hospital who play a very vital role in tracing for their families and eventually they are able to connect them again with their families and also trace where they come from.
The approach here is tailored, understanding that every stimulus can either comfort or overwhelm. It's about creating a safe place.
Patients tend to improve, and when they improve, they are able to tell us their names and where they come from, and we are able to make contacts and get their families involved. But those whose prognosis is poor, by discharge time, one is not able to speak. They may heal physically, but the severe brain damage suffered doesn't allow them have coherent speech anymore. And those ones are unknown permanently. But those who improve in the course of treatment, they tell us where they come from, and we get contacts, and they are able to go back home. If there are children who are abandoned, we work with the probation and welfare officers in the different divisions of Kampala, and for those who come from up country, we have contacts and that network. It helps us a lot, and we work with them to place the children. Mothers like abandoning children in Mulago.
Each unknown carries a history that, for now, remains unwritten. A blank page awaiting the possibility of rediscovery.
You have this patient who is not going away because they are not yet able to say where they come from, but treatment is already weaned off, so they disadvantage others to get beds and enjoy the stay in the hospital. Most times it's these struggling families, and a mother will tell you she has 7 children, she's widowed, and this admitted member cannot hold her entirely. The season for growing beans is due. So when she's on ward, her mind is home, and they just make tough decisions and go. But inside their hearts, they know this is our loved one, but we can't manage staying in hospital for a period of time that is unknown, and we miss the planting season.
In these moments, the hospital becomes more than a facility. It transforms into a sanctuary for souls in distress. Beyond the medical emergencies lies a quieter battle, a fight to preserve dignity and to reconstruct identities lost in the chaos. It is here that the hospital's administrative teams work diligently, piecing together clues, calling families, and sometimes rewriting destinies. It is a labor of love, a commitment to ensuring that every life, even when marked unknown, is cherished. In every emergency, in every surgery, and every quiet conversation, there is a spark, a promise that no one is truly lost. The unknowns remind us that the human spirit endures even in anonymity.
The most unusual one, it's a mother, and I think I can call her a wife, in her late 50s, and her daughter in her mid-20s. They were nursing their father on, I think, Ward 4B for about 2 to 3 months, and the father passed on, and we felt so bad, and we consoled them, and they told me, now we are going back to the community, we need to organize for burial and inform the elders and raise money, and they did not show up again. Never. They have never returned. It is years now. Yeah, that's one that I keep remembering. Eventually, KCCA had to come in and do their part. They never returned at all. It was a former husband to this lady and a father to the daughter, and they left. They told us, okay, please let us, and we understood. You know, two females in charge of a dead body of an adult, it was a bit tense, but they went for good. After 7 days, the mortuary staff told me, Lydia, be serious. This person, please give us a phone call, and they didn't pick. So eventually they said, things are tough here, you just leave it. That's it. A wife and a daughter to someone.
While these faces may be unnamed today, the compassion that envelops Mulago Hospital ensures that their stories matter. Every heartbeat is a testament to resilience. Every act of kindness, a promise that identity is more than a name. It is the essence of being human.
I urge everybody to look after your loved ones. Don't abandon. It is tough. When patients are neglected, the recovery process is interfered with. Show people love when they are still alive, when they are happy, when they are in pain. That is the most important gift that they need.
The unknowns may walk with no name on their lips, but their stories echo in every act of care. They remind us that every life, no matter how fleeting or fragmented, is deserving of hope.